Hello there, and a very good Friday afternoon to you. Welcome along to our live broadcast. It's the Irish Daily Crack with Sean G right here on Global Irish Radio. You made it to the weekend. Congratulations. We hope you're well, friends. We are with you for the hour on this National Happiness Happens Day. Yes, it's a day for happiness, and happiness is all around. Sometimes we don't always appreciate it. Sometimes you have to seek out the joy and the happiness. And remember, happiness is not about having what you want. It's all about wanting what you have. So, happy Friday, friends. And remember, happiness is contagious. It's a beautiful day here in the west of Ireland. The sun is out, the sky, well, it's a little bit blue. There's a few clouds as well. But it's windy and sunny, my favourite combination. It's a beautiful day, friends. Absolutely lovely. If you are anywhere near these parts, get outside and enjoy it. It is a wonderful day to be alive. The beauty of life is everywhere today, so stop, take note, smell the roses, enjoy life. Sometimes and oftentimes we're very oblivious to all the beauty that is around us, and we are surrounded by beauty, but we rarely fail to see it. Not until we're in danger of losing it, that is. So take a moment and enjoy that beauty of life that is everywhere, that we take for granted on a daily basis. And again, as I say, it's not until we're in danger of losing it or it is disappearing from before us that we start to appreciate it. A neighbour of ours, having spent a year up in a hospital in Dublin looking at the four walls, was coming back down to Mayo and suddenly saw the cattle in the field. And he was like, and this is something he's seen every day of his life, but he's seen it in a completely different light. So there you go, the beauty of life is all around us, but we don't appreciate it. The birds in the trees singing so sweetly, we just ignore it. The clouds in the sky, the sun in the sky, the leaves on the trees. Beauty, as I say, it's all around us, but we just don't take it in, we don't appreciate it, and then suddenly when it's been taken from us, as I say, our neighbour, a whole newfound appreciation for the beauty of life. And he remarked, the oncoming cars, never seen that before. He'd always been in the driver's seat, and he had a whole new perspective on things all around him, simply because he was almost in danger of losing it. So there you go. Stop and smell the roses today, friends. Take note of the beauty of life. And there's a wonderful book by a person or a lady called Nuala O'Phelan. She was a writer, she was a broadcaster, and she's passed away now, but she had a show on RTE, a book show, and she wrote a book, as I say, a New York Times bestseller, actually. And I read that book many, many years ago. If there's one book I think that changed my life, it was probably that book. The book was called Are You Somebody? And it's a very candid, honest account. It's a memoir, essentially. But she finds the beauty in the most simplest of places, like the freshly baked soda bread, the delicious strawberry jam or preserve that she's putting on the bread. Little things like that we don't notice. And she captures, as I say, the beauty of life in so many unsuspecting places that we don't often look or we overlook. So there you go, that's a good read. If it's still in print, I think it's from way back in the 90s, but Nuala O'Phelan was her name. Sadly, she got a terminal cancer diagnosis, and when she got that diagnosis, very courageously, she was on a lot of the talk shows at the time. She chose not to go down the path of treatment because it would have extended her life maybe by a few weeks, maybe a few months. And for her at that point, as she said, the beauty had gone out of life. So there you go. Before the beauty's gone out of life, enjoy it. And if you get a chance to read that book, Are You Somebody? It's a memoir by Nuala O'Phelan. Wonderful, wonderful book. Very honest, candid account of her life. And, what did the New York Times say? This book has to be read. That's what the New York Times said at the time. It was a #1 bestseller for the New York Times. Small little book. It's not. You read it in a few days, or a few hours even. But well worth the read, and all about the beauty of life. Happy Friday once again, friends. We're live here on Global Irish Radio. We hope we find you well this Friday. Now, it's good luck to the Galway girls and the Cork Colleens, because they are in action in Croke Park on Sunday. It's the All-Ireland Camogie Finals, and that'll be happening this Sunday. We want to wish them all of the best. There's other games as well. There's an intermediate final and another game, but it's the girls in the senior clash. It's the girls of Cork and the girls of Galway. So we wish them all the best there. And by the way, the women's sports and the Gaelic final last week, the ladies All-Ireland final last week, it's growing in popularity. Recent figures have shown that it's drawing a lot more viewers. Last weekend's championship finals at Croke Park attracted a record number of viewers, both on the broadcasting channels and in person. I think there was something about like 50,000 people in attendance at Croke Park, which is a good number for a Ladies All-Ireland football final. And according to official figures, nearly 490,000 viewers tuned into TG4, TG Cahir, for the coverage of the Sunday afternoon game. So there you go, the women's football and camogie finals growing in popularity, and the viewerships is reflecting that, and the ticket sales at the gate also showing an increase in popularity. So it is good to see the ladies getting some well-deserved recognition. And of course, Dublin beat Meath this year in the All-Ireland ladies final. And those pictures in our papers, lots of pictures of the homecoming. Well, which wasn't really homecoming, given that they're from Dublin and it was in Dublin, but you know what I mean. And that was nicely captured in our papers on Tuesday or Wednesday of this week. It was a little bit late with the bank holiday. Also happening this weekend, by the way, or starting now and going on for a good number of days, is the Kilkenny Arts Festival that kicked off last night. And it will be going ahead for the next 10 days or so for Kilkenny, that great medieval city. It'll be transformed into a hub of artistic activity, we're told, and features a diverse range of events, the likes of music, theatre, literature and visual arts, something for everybody on the historic streets of Kilkenny and all of those great venues there. So lots of people will be heading to Kilkenny for a little bit of the Arts Festival this weekend. Always a good time, we're told, and well worth checking out. Now, 9,000 people, just looking at some of the series news stories of the day today. It's only a small little column in the paper today, but I suspect it's the beginning of something much, much bigger. I could be wrong, of course, but 9,000 people apparently lost their jobs last month, and Ireland's unemployment rate is increasing slightly in July to 4.9%. As some economists sounded warnings over rising global uncertainty. Could this be the beginning of tough economic times? I honestly believe there's a recession on the way. I think there's a crash on the way, and we've seen the job numbers, despite the messenger being fired this week. But we've seen the job numbers. If you believe, if you're honest about things, the job numbers in the United States not great, and the tariffs are starting to probably. There was a lot of uncertainty, wasn't there, around the tariffs, but. Companies holding back and not hiring people and not making decisions on investment because of the uncertainty surrounding tariffs and all that stuff. But anyway, the latest is Ireland. There was about 9,000 job losses last month, and the unemployment numbers are creeping up a little bit. We see inflation or pricing, the price of everything. Houses are gone through the roof. There has to be a housing bubble in this country. And I suspect somewhere down the line, not too far away, we are in line for a correction of sorts. But there you go. Don't want to be too depressing on as we come into the week. It's supposed to be Happiness Day, Happiness Happens Day and Friday, for God's sakes. So we'll get away from that. But the warnings are being sounded, as I say, in some quarters by economists, and for good reason. Let's just leave it at that. Now, studio@gir.ie if you ever feel the need to get something off your chest, and or if you want to hear a piece of music, anything like that. We are Global Irish Radio. We are the Irish Diaspora Station, and we're here with you most days 3 to 4 with the Irish Daily Crack. That's where we look at what's happening in our papers, the chitter chatter of the nation, the top trending series news stories of the day, and a few tunes thrown in for good measure as well there. And we'll tell you as well what's going on all over the weekend here on Global Irish Radio in terms of the great programmes that you can expect to enjoy. Now, I was listening on the radio earlier today. Somebody was on talking about AI, as everybody seems to be talking about these days. Apparently there's not apparently, it's a fact. There's a huge economic boom, or a lot of economic activity, particularly in the States at the moment, being driven by the AI boom and all the developments in that field. They're putting up these data centers that are the size of ginormous football fields and everything to cope. But anyway, the latest version of ChatGPT was released this week, and now that's an AI chat box for those of you not awfully tech savvy or not familiar. In fact, most people are pretty familiar with ChatGPT now. It's like the Google of AI, isn't it? And we use it for everything. A lot of people use it for a lot of things these days. People are and it's going to replace a lot of people down the line. But whereas older versions of ChatGPT, you had to kind of tell it fairly clearly and explicitly what you want. Apparently this newer version tells you what you want. So as Margaret says here, very soon we won't have to think for ourselves at all. thanks to the AI developments. And it's AI everywhere you look, isn't it? It's all about AI. But anyway, ChatGPT, the latest version of it is out. It's supposed to be like the Mercedes-Benz of AI ChatGPT, or AI bots, or whatever you want to call it. Anyway, there you go. But I see elsewhere, just by coincidence, James Cameron, who is the director of The Terminator, is talking about his fears and his concerns over what's happening with AI. And you call what the movie, what The Terminator is all about. It's all about AI and bringing about the end of the world, robots taking over. And are we slowly starting to see that? James Cameron, a little bit concerned that we might be, and he thinks that there is a danger that there could be a Terminator-style apocalypse where, all the AI robots get together and they do defeat humanity and humankind. But anyway, that's the latest on that. And the Canadian filmmaker, he's 70 now, he warns that the technology could soon control military systems, including nuclear weapons. Wouldn't that be scary if the AI bots ganged up on us humans, much like they did in the movie Terminator? In the 1984 hit film starring Arnold Schwarzenegger, it featured a self-aware AI system that was named Skynet, launching nuclear Armageddon on Earth. And it's a scary thought. James Cameron, as I say, the director of that movie, thinks it's not out of the realm of possibility. I was reading another piece earlier this week where some people were fearing that the AI bots, or whatever you want to call them, that they might conspire to manipulate the banking systems or the stock markets and basically rip us off that way on the financial markets. And, there you go. And another story where it's crazy. Another story this week I was reading where about 10% of people were saying that they had engaged in romantic relationships with their AI bots online. So it's fascinating stuff, and it's a crazy world, isn't it? Yeah, there you go. But yeah, the latest version of ChatGPT is out now, and it'll pretty much do everything. It'll pretty much get you up in the morning, butter your toast and bread, and make your coffee, and take your job away from you too, because a lot of these developments in AI, they're going to lead to mass layoffs apparently, but there could be new jobs in other areas as a result. But yeah, scary time, interesting time, and the pace of development and the pace of speed or progress in the world of AI is absolutely astonishing. They are making massive strides forward in very short periods of time. Now, Dublin Horse Show continues at the RDS, and Princess Anne was there yesterday. She didn't win the prize now for the best dressed. And if you see what she was wearing, you'd see why she didn't win the prize for the best dressed lady at the Dublin at the RDS yesterday. But a girl that did was Nadine King is her name, and she walked away with 10,000 in a cash prize, claiming. Well, she looked very nice, didn't she? She had a nice pale white green type dress, hard for me to describe it, a nice bow around her neck and an understated hat as well. And it looked understated but classy, I guess is a good way to describe it. And there were lots of pretty girls there with pretty hats, all kinds of hats, very colourful, and much of that is captured in a lot of the papers today. So yeah. The winner, Nadine King, 10,000 for her trouble. She looks very pretty, so well deserved. And it's a difficult job for the judges, but these are all part and parcel of these festivals, especially the horsey type ones. They always have the best dressed lady kind of thing, and it's a nice thing. It brings a splash of colour to the whole proceedings, doesn't it? Now we have a somewhat notable obituary to share with you on the programme today. You may not know him, but as the priest said to us a few weeks ago, you'll know his daddy. The late Ben Dunson has passed away. The son of one of Ireland's most well-known business leaders has died in the United States, and his name was Rob. Apparently he was a lawyer, an attorney in New York, had been practicing law for about 20 years or so. I think he was president of the Law Society out there for a time as well, but he passed away at the age of 50, and condolences going out to his family. And he was the son, obviously, of his father was Ben Dunn, who was the head of Dunn Stores here in this country for a long time, and then there was a bit of a falling out, and he went a separate way, and he set up his own business in the world of gyms, fitness centers and gyms and stuff like that. And Ben himself passed away about 2 years ago or something like that. There was that incident with Ben Dunn out in Florida that painted him in a rather not a very flattering light, but he had some troubles, and he also had some dealings with our late Taoiseach Charles J. Haughey, some questionable dealings that were part of an investigation or a tribunal as well. So many people, as we say, will know Ben Dunn. Not so many may know his son Rob, but for whatever, it doesn't say why he passed away, or he must have been suffering from illness or something like that, but only age 50, he passed away out in New York. So that's getting a bit of coverage and attention in our papers this Friday. Now, Taoiseach Micheál Martin, last week we told you that it was a bank holiday weekend. Lots of people getting married in this country apparently on bank holidays, and Simon Harris's brother got married. He tied the knot last week to his longtime partner. This week we're finding out that the Taoiseach might be... his son made a proposal, and his son is, I think, his son is called Michael as well. You may know him as being the goalkeeper for Cork. I don't know if it's a football or the hurling. I imagine it's a football. But he posed a question to his longtime girlfriend as well, and she said yes, and the Taoiseach said he is delighted with the news, and a statement read he wishes them a lifetime of happiness and the very best for the future. And and of course there's a nice interview or a nice podcast that he was talking to Doreen Garrahy on the Laughs of Your Life podcast. We always talk about podcasts, we're always looking for new ones and good ones, but the Taoiseach was on Doreen Garrahy's podcast, The Laughs of Your Life. Nice exchange between the Taoiseach and Doreen, and he talks about a lot of things, and being from Cork and the Cork sense of humour and all of that nice stuff, but also about the fact that his son recently got engaged. And as I say, Michael is a familiar face and a name in a familiar face and a familiar name in GA circles, as he's been Cork's first choice goalkeeper for years, I presume for the football. But there you go, congratulations to Taoiseach's son Michael. I think it's Michael, not Micheál. And there you go. So a wedding on the horizon for our Taoiseach. But there you go. And yesterday they pulled it off. What did they pull off? They pulled off the biggest céilí in the world. Yes, they did. We're talking about the Fleadh Cheoil na hÉireann taking place at Wexford all this week. And one of the things that they wanted to do was get into the Guinness Book of Records. We were telling you this yesterday, and it was all unfolding or all happening yesterday. Well, there's a brand new Guinness World Record for the biggest céilí band, and it has officially been set at Fleadh Cheoil na hÉireann in Wexford yesterday. Lots of people came to Chadwick's Park in Wexford. The record was smashed with 1,018 musicians from across Ireland, Europe and the world. They gathered under the watchful eye of Glenn Pollard. He's the representative from the Guinness Book of Records, who adjudicated the attempt and approved. Yes, he did. In fact, he said he was very struck by the music, and he found it quite emotional, and he really enjoyed it. And it was one of the more... events, he adjudicates events all the time to be included in the Guinness World Records, but this one struck a chord with him, and he found an emotional connection, and he was moved by the music, and why wouldn't you? The previous record, by the way, was set with 384 people. That was set by the Late Late Show at Croke Park in Dublin last year, so they blew that one out of the park, didn't they? As I say, 1,018 musicians with all kinds of instruments, tin whistles, accordions, banjos, flutes, you name it. They were all there, a lot of them. Oh, don't forget the bodhrán. And a lovely picture of them, of some of them. I couldn't picture all of them, obviously, but a lot of them pictured in the papers today as the record. They smashed that record. So well done. One of the highlights of this of the Fleadh Cheoil na hÉireann, which is happening still down in Wexford. Still time to get along and enjoy the great traditional Irish music. As we say, they come from all over the world to enjoy that weekend, and it's a wonderful weekend of colour, a wonderful weekend of just like socialising and getting to know people and making friends, new friends, and meeting old friends, all of that nice stuff. And of course, most of all, enjoying the music, and great music to be enjoyed at the Fleadh Cheoil na hÉireann. Sadly, it'll be coming to an end fairly soon. But anyway, there you go. Some of the exciting and fascinating stories in our papers, on our social media feeds, and the telly and the radio this Friday. From one céilí to another céilí, here's the Joyce Country Céilí Band getting us up and running. It's the Saw Doctors. Happy Friday.
We're the Joyce Country Céilí Band. Playing away and we're doing grand. Well, if we're singing a song, won't you give us a hand? 'Cause we're the Joyce Country Céilí Band. Friday night, off we go. Hand Caliban. Playing away and we're doing grand. Well, if we're singing a song, won't you give us a hand? 'Cause we're the Joyce Country Caliban. Thomas and Mary out on the floor. Well, they never lost it, that's for sure. In his sparkling shoes and his dad's white shirt, she has a brand new perm and a pleated skirt. And we're the Joyce Country Caliban. Playing away and we're doing grand. Well, if we're singing a song, won't you give us a hand? 'Cause we're the Joyce Country Caliban. Bit of Kelly. We do do's and functions, weddings and wakes.
Weddings and wakes.
Meats and salads, buns and cakes.
Buns and cakes.
Well, if you need a few tunes, just give us a call.
Give us a call.
For the house, the pub, or the parish hall.
Parish hall.
And we're the Joyce Country Caliban. Playing away and we're doing grand. Well, if we're singing a song, won't you give us a hand? 'Cause we're the Joyce Country Caliban. Oh, there's a princess on the floor all night.
Mona, Carnamona.
She can fairly throw them shapes all right.
Mona, Carnamona.
Oh, how are you mad, are you on your own?
Mona, Carnamona.
How are you fixed for a seat back home? 'Cause we're the Joyce Country Caliban. Playing away and we're doing grand. Well, if we're singing a song, won't you give us a hand? 'Cause we're the Joyce Country Caliban.
Once more, Daddy.
Yes, we're the Joyce Country Caliban. More Kelly.
You're listening to Sean G on Global Irish Radio.
Great Kaylee music this Friday. This Happiness Happens Friday here on Global Irish Radio. It's the Irish Daily Crack. That was the Matt Cunningham Kaylee Band and a piece called Kelly's Fancy. And our Matt Cunningham story, our claim to fame there is we once had tea sitting next to Matt Cunningham at in the tea tent. They have a tea tent in Gaelic Park for the annual Summerfest, or the Irish Fest, and he was sitting at the table next to us. We struck up a conversation. Yes, well, we asked him to pass the milk at least anyway, and he very kindly did. But there you go. Matt is also a Galway man, and he's been celebrating. He's been on the road for over 50 years, and I think that's from his 50th anniversary celebration album. Nice selection of tunes there for the day that's in it, the day that, or the day after the world record for biggest Kaylee ever at the Flack Hole here. They smashed the record yesterday there, so well done to all involved there. We started out today with another Galway group, the Saw Doctors and the Joyce Country Kaylee Band. Yeah, all about the Kaylee. And staying with Kaylee news, we have more Kaylee news for you. Yeah. You may not like to hear this news, but it's anyway, it's happening either way. Presenter Kieran Hanrahan will retire this weekend after 30 years as the host of RTE Radio 1's Kaylee House. Yeah, the only Kaylee music radio program on RTE Radio 1 is, well, I don't know if they're going to continue the show or not. He's kind of made it his own, hasn't he, over the years. He's been with that program for a long, long time. It happens, I think, every Saturday night, the Kaylee House. It used to come on after, was it on before or after Donncha O'Dooling? He sadly has, well, he's left us now. He had a great show on there, Fáilte a Seach, which was on the air for many, many years. And when Donncha hung up his microphone, they didn't replace him or replace the show, unfortunately, which is quite sad. But anyway, presenter Kieran Hanrahan is calling it quits this weekend. The celebrated musician, and he's an award-winning broadcaster. His final programme will be live from the Flack Hole here down in Wexford. So if you're down there, you want to get a look in at the final broadcast and going out on RTE Radio 1 Saturday the 9th of August, 9:02 p.m. tomorrow. So in fact, it used to be on, I think, before Donncha O'Dooling if it goes out at 9:02 p.m. Kieran first joined RTE back in 1992, initially presenting Fla Club and both sides now, before taking over as the host of Kaylee House in 1995. And Kaylee House itself, that's been on the air since on RTE Radio 1 since about in the 1950s, sometime way back. It's been a long running programme. But RTE said, Kieran Hanrahan had said, well, he's calling it 30 years is enough for him, and he had a wonderful time. His warmth, knowledge and passion for music and real interest in the stories behind the music have firmly established him as a stronghold for weekend listeners on RTE Radio 1. That's what the station said. Kieran Hanrahan said it had been an honour and a joy to present Kaylee House. So we wish Kieran Hanrahan all the best as he rides off into the retirement sunset. Hopefully they will continue the Kaylee House tradition on RTE Radio 1 and keep the Kaylee music alive and find somebody to fill the big shoes left behind by presenter Kieran Hanrahan. He's a great traditional musician and great award-winning broadcaster, has to be said, so we wish him all the best this Friday. Now, it's a little bit, bad news on terms of the roads, more tragedy on the roads, more fatalities. In Gardaí investigating 2 deaths of men who lost their lives in accidents, separate parts of the country within hours of each other. Both men died in rural accidents on Wednesday evening. One victim lost his life in a farm here in County Mayo, while the other died in a single vehicle accident in County Tipperary. The Mayo man was Jimmy Horkin, and he was in his 60s, and he died when his quad bike. A lot of the farmers have the quad bikes these days, and they're wonderful for getting around in difficult, I suppose, terrain, but they can be quite dangerous, and that's exactly what happened in the case of Jimmy Horkin. His quad overturned and he got trapped beneath it, and despite the best efforts of paramedics and emergency crew, he lost his life. And as we say, another man down in Tipperary involved in a single vehicle accident. So the roads and all of that stuff all continue to be a very, very dangerous place. I see Ronan Keating and his wife Storm are pictured in the papers today, and they're pictured at the K Club because they are participating in the Marie Keating Foundation's annual golf outing, celebrity golf outing. That's Marie Keating being Ronan Keating's mom, who passed away from cancer many years ago. I think it's about 27 years ago now. And they've had this annual event to raise money for cancer support services and stuff like that. But they're pictured on the paper today with a couple of their youngsters. And Ronan Keating could be, since we're talking about road safety and road fatalities and all of the rest of it, Ronan Keating could be set to front a new road safety campaign in the wake of his brother Kieran's death. And you recall that They were actually at a Marie Keating Foundation event here in Westport a few years back, and sadly when his brother was returning from the event, he was involved in a fatal road accident, lost his life, and his wife had life-changing injuries as a result of that accident. A tough time for the Keating family. It really hit them hard, and the court case came and went, and they weren't happy with the outcome. The other driver was given 17 months suspended sentence, and they were just not happy with that, and they say it's not over yet and there's more to come on that story, but for now they want to help other families avoid the pain and the grief that they endured, and they, as we say, Ronan may be fronting a new road safety campaign here in Ireland. The couple recently moved to Dubai. Yeah, they're living in Dubai these days. After again the death of his brother really hit Ronan hard. He took stock and changed. He said he was working too hard at the time, and his wife Storm had some kind of spinal cord surgery. So she's from Australia, so they decided they'd move to Dubai, which is closer to her home of Australia. And Ronan says they love it out there, and there is a lot of Irish people out in Dubai, but he says it's the centre of the world, so essentially he can take one direct flight from Dubai to any place, and of course their base is in London. Our Ronan's base will be in London, and of course Dublin as well, so he makes regular trips to Dublin and to London, and of course Storm likes to go to Australia, her home country, and both of them can take direct flights to anywhere they want to go. It's fairly hassle free, so it's a good place for them to be based, and they're with their two kids out there, Cooper, who is 8, and 5-year-old Coco. God, they sound like the name of dogs, don't they? Cooper and Coco. We have a couple of horses up the road, and one of them's called Lucky and the other one's called Coco. And I know somebody in Chicago that had a dog called Cooper. But anyway, they're the names of the Ronan Keating's kids. Ronan Keating and Storm Keating's kids. And as you say, Ronan's 48 now, and he's been celebrating 25 years, I think, of being a solo artist. And they're doing well. He's cut back his schedule a little bit. He was doing a lot of work in London, presenting a radio show and fulfilling his tour dates and all of the rest of it. But now they seem to be happy. They seem to have found contentment in Dubai. And of course, there you go. We wish them well. And in the papers today, because they are at the K Club, and they're raising money for cancer awareness and that kind of stuff. So there you go. Here is Ronan Keating, one of his big hits, When You Say Nothing at All, now on the Irish Daily Crack.
It's amazing how you can speak right to my heart. Without saying a word, you can light up the dark. Try as I may, I can't ever explain what I hear when you don't say a thing. The smile on your face lets me know that you need me. There's a truth in your eyes saying you'll never leave me. The touch of your hand says you'll catch me wherever I fall. 'Cause you say it best when you say nothing at all. Talking out loud, but when you hold me near, you drown out the crowd. Try as they may, they can never define what's been said between your heart and mine. Smile on your face lets me know that you need me. There's a truth in your eyes saying you'll never leave me. The touch of your hand says you'll catch me wherever I fall. touch of your hair says you'll catch me wherever I fall. 'Cause you say it best when you say nothing at all.
All you Global Irish Radio listeners out there, wherever you may be, it's myself, Finbar, here in beautiful northern Colorado, inviting you along to the Reigal Teigal Celtic Folk Show, streaming here live every Monday and Friday evening at 10 p.m. Irish time, where you're guaranteed to hear some rare old recordings from the old country and beyond. And it's all here on globalirishradio.com, the home of the Reigal Teigal. Listen to the Reigal Teigal on Global Irish Radio.
Yes, indeed, friends. The Reigal Teigal comes your way tonight at 7 o'clock Irish time here on Global Irish Radio. Another fresh edition of the Reigal Teigal, Finbar's Celtic Folk Show, featuring old rare recordings. Not to be missed. And then, of course, with it being Friday, later on tonight we'll go down under to Sydney, Australia for 3 hours of the best in Sydney Irish Radio. Great Irish community down there, and they put together a lovely programme. So check that one out tonight, nice and late Irish time, 11 o'clock. They can tuck you into bed here in this country or wake you up in Sydney, Australia, 8 a.m. in the morning out there. Tomorrow, we bring you tomorrow's programmes today. We're always ahead of the posse, aren't we? Friends, you're listening to the Irish Daily Crack. Sean G here, and with each day around about this time, as I say. And in a few minutes, we'll take a look at some of the stories. Quite enough Friday, I have to say, as everybody gears up for the weekend and looking forward to the All-Ireland Camogie finals. And the Kilkenny Arts Festival, the wrapping up of the Flacchiola Hearn. Still lots of things going on, and the weather seems to be cooperating. As I say, a lovely fresh day here in the west of Ireland. It's sunny and breezy, and most importantly, it is dry. So that is a wonderful thing. We hope you're well, friends, wherever in the world you find yourself. Tom is back later on tonight as well with Tom's Irish Radio Show. Tom at gir.ie to get your requests and dedications in. And lots of great programmes coming your way over the weekend. The weekends are great for the Irish Diaspora programming here on the platform. Tom is back again tomorrow with the flagship Good Morning Ireland radio programme. That goes out 1 o'clock Chicago time, and you can catch up on all the events with the Weekly Irish News, Eileen Magner. Nice piece with Eileen Magner in the Irish Independent there last week. She did kind of a lifestyle piece. They sat down and talked to her, and finding out what she's been up to since she retired from RTE. She has retired from RTE, but she has not retired from GIR.ie. She is still with Tom every Saturday on the Good Morning Ireland radio show, bringing you the weekly Irish news, and runs through all of the stories there with Tom. So well worth checking out. People who listen to Eileen Magner on that segment say they find out more on that than they do while living here in Ireland and listen to the news here. So it's well worth checking out. Tommy's there with the sports as well. But as I say, if you check out that article as well on RTE, a nice piece. And Eileen's been doing a lot of travelling. She loves her history, she loves her music, and she loves her travel. And that's what she's been doing since she retired. And she's enjoying herself. She's very, very happy. We have an intruder in the studio. That's okay. And lots of other great programs over the course of the week as well. We have Get Out. Sometime Remedy likes to join us in the studio. Lots of great programs over the weekend. We have the Boston shows. We have stops in Toronto, New York. The Ireland Call show with Tracy Goodwin-Smith and Tommy Smith of ESPN fame. And we have great programs from Chicago as well. And Top Shelf Trad with Sharon Smith Iberly. It's all happening right here. And of course programs from Sydney, Australia and London as well. So check out the complete schedule at globalirishradio.com or gir.ie. Now then, back to the music we go, and Mary Black and a bunch of other artists have re-released a song that was very big for them over the years, and they've called it this time round A Mother's Heart for Palestine, and it's Mothers Against Genocide. Mary Black and a bunch of Irish artists. Take a listen to it. It's brand new this Friday here on the Irish Daily Crack.
Heart is low, my heart is so low, as only a mother's heart can be, as only a mother, as only a mother, as only a mother's heart can know. Tears that drip from my bewildered eyes, taste of anguish and despair. Oh, the horrors we've seen, they play on my mind, oh. And each night I pray for Palestine. My heart is so low, so only a mother's heart can be, so only a mother, as only a mother, as only a mother's heart can know. When restless eyes reveal my troubled soul, and anger floods my broken heart. I mourn for their dreams, I mourn for their way of life. I dream we all see a free Palestine. قلبي حزين، قلبي غارق بالأنين، كقلب الأم في ليل حزين، كقلب الأم، كقلب الأم، يعرف سر الشجن الدفين.
Global Irish Radio is excited to partner with 950 WROL AM, the Spirit of Boston, to bring you portions of the Irish Hit Parade, providing the soundtrack to your weekend. Join Paul Sullivan on Saturdays 3 to 7 p.m. Irish time and famous Seamus Mulligan on Sundays 7 to 10 p.m. for a feast of Irish music. Streaming live from Boston right here on globalirishradio.com.
Good deeds are great things, and a single good deed can grow into a forest of kindness. At treedeeds.com, you can dedicate a tree in someone's honour and make a lasting impact on the planet. Each tree is deeded and comes with a personalised certificate, perfect for birthdays, holidays, memorials, or just because. Celebrate life, give back to nature, and leave a legacy that grows. Visit treedeeds.com today. That's treedeeds.com. Rooted in Ireland, gifted worldwide. There you go, folks. More than a present, a future. treedeeds.com. Check that one out there if you want an unusual, a unique, sustainable gift. As you say, rooted in Ireland, gifted worldwide. Friends, we're live for another few minutes here on Global Irish Radio at the Irish Daily Crack. It's a quiet enough news day here as everybody gets into, I suppose, weekend mode. They've already checked out, switched off the computers. They're sitting in the office, but they're somewhere else. Anyway, here's a few of the stories trending. Production is resuming today at Ballymaguire Foods following a suspension last month after the detection of the harmful bacteria Listeria at one of its facilities. The company said it had received approval from the National Environmental Health Service of the Health Service Executive to recommence production. And you recall, we talked about it in the programme, there was one person lost their life and there was a serious outbreak, and a lot of the stores had to rid their shelves of the products, and lots of people were being told at the time to clear out their refrigerators. By the way, somebody was asking what was the name of the book by Nuala O'Fuelan that you were recommending at the outset of the programme. It is simply called Are You Somebody? And it's a book that was written by Nuala O'Fuelan, who is no longer with us. And the piece said, a strikingly vivid and starkly emotional memoir. Are You Somebody is like O'Fuelan herself, a singular example of courage, honesty and bold living. So check it out. The New York Times, it was a top seller, number one on the New York Times best-selling list. A book they said you need to read. So do check it out. Getting back to some of the other stories this Friday, and a group of American politicians are asking for Ireland to be placed on a list of countries which boycott Israel if the Occupied Territories Bill is passed. The 16 Congress representatives have signed a letter expressing what they say are serious concerns about the plans to ban the import of goods from illegitimate settlers in the West Bank of Palestine. That's a very contentious issue at the moment and could have serious consequences if it is passed. A lot of talk about that, and it's up for decision soon. And another story, and I was reading a piece there, I seen a graphic recently showing Ireland is one of the most educated countries in the world in terms of the number of people with college degrees and all the rest of it. And I see the latest figures for the applications for college places has been released. There was 89,308 applicants to the Central Applications Office, the CAO as they call it, this year for college courses, representing a record high, the most ever in fact. This is an increase of over 6,000 applicants on last year. There were 61,610 students registered to sit the Leaving Certificate this year. That's up over 3,000 on 2024. And Margaret, please, I'm in the middle of a story here. There we go. Sorry about that, intruders. Those, friends, are some of the top stories this Friday here in Ireland. Top trending series news stories of the day. We're an educated bunch, essentially. A little bit of music, and we're being kicked out of here. So we will come back, we'll play this music, and we'll be back with the wrap for today.
Trouble
It's the music of Clannad bringing us ever closer to the finishing line this Friday on the Irish Daily Crack here on Global Irish Radio. We're wrapping up another week. Thank you so much for your company since 3 this afternoon. We'll be back Monday, same time, same place. We'll leave you with our thought of the day, our quote of the day, which comes today from a young lady by the name of Charlotte Whitten. Charlotte Whitten. Her quote of the day today is, "When one must, one can." We'll leave you with that thought today. Once again, Sean G here with you, wishing you a very happy Friday. Have a great weekend. We'll talk to you Monday at 3. And we'll leave you with brand new music from Derek Ryan. It's a brand new release right off the press. Guinness, my girl, goodbye.
My nights have been lonely since my one and only drove out of town and drove me to tears. I can't keep pretending I'm fine with it ending, and that's how I ended up here. Give me a Guinness, a strong chaser with it, to chase her right out of my mind. It's plain and it's simple, it's black and white. I'm gonna Guinness my girl goodbye. I'm gonna Guinness my girl goodbye. I know it's over, but over and over her memory plays in my head like a song. Mr. Bartender, fill up that forgetter till I can get her gone. Yeah, give me a Guinness, a strong chaser with it, to chase her right out of my mind. It's plain and it's simple, it's black and white. I'm gonna Guinness my girl goodbye. I'm gonna Guinness my girl goodbye. Yeah, she split with me. She split with me. So I split the G. So give me a Guinness, a strong chaser with it, to chase her right out of my mind. It's plain and it's simple, it's black and white. I'm gonna Guinness my girl goodbye. Oh, please give me a Guinness, a strong chaser with it, to chase her right out of my mind. It's plain and it's simple, it's black and white. I'm gonna Guinness my girl goodbye. I'm gonna Guinness my girl goodbye.
When it comes to Irish music, nobody does it better. Welcome to globalirishradio.com.
Hello there, it's Sean G from the Irish Daily Crack Show. Just letting you know we'll be back tomorrow at 3, live from Ireland, right here on Global Irish Radio. We'll see you then. Happy Tuesday.
In the town of Ballybay there was a lassie dwelling. I knew her very well and the stories worth the telling. Her father kept the still and he was a good distiller. When she took to the drink, sure the devil wouldn't fill her. With me ring-a-dum-a-da, ring-a-dum-a-daddy-o, ring-a-dum-a-da, oh, I call the daddy-o. Oh, she had a wooden leg that was hollow in the middle. She used to tie a string on it and play it like a fiddle. She fiddled in the hall and she fiddled in the alleyway. She didn't give a damn, so she had to fiddle anyway. Me ring-a-dum-a-da, a ring-a-dum-a-daddy-o, ring-a-dum-a-da, oh, I call the daddy-o. And she said she couldn't dance unless she had her welly on. But when she had it on, she could dance as well as anyone. She wouldn't go to bed unless she had her shimmy on. But when she had it on, she would go as quick as anyone. Me ring-a-dum-a-da, a ring-a-dum-a-daddy-o, ring-a-dum-a-da, what, well, the daddy-o. Oh, she'd lovers by the score, every Tom and Dick and Harry. She was courted night and day, but still she wouldn't marry. Then she fell in love with the fella with the stammer. He tried to run away and she hit him with the hammer. With me ring-a-dum-a-da, a ring-a-dum-a-daddy-o, ring-a-dum-a-da. Oh, whack fell the daddy-o. Oh, she chilled them up the stairs, she chilled them in the byre, and another 10 or 12 sitting roaring by the fire. She fed them on potatoes, and soon she made from nettles, and lumps of hairy bacon that she boiled up in the kettle. With me ring-a-dum-a-da, a ring-a-dum-a-daddy-o, ring-a-dum-a-da, oh, whack fell the daddy-o. Oh, she led a sheltered life, eating porridge and by pudding, and she terrorised her man until he died with sudden. And when the husband died, she was feeling very sorry. She rolled him in a bag and she threw him in the quarry. With me ring-a-dum-a-da, a ring-a-dum-a-daddy-o, ring-a-dum-a-da, oh, whack fell the daddy-o.